the two ODBC drivers are there. Actually 64-bit I had earlier, but I removed it for some reason. I just removed it. I put 32-bit because to use with the Excel. Because sometimes these Excel, Power BI, all these Microsoft tools will have some kind of confusion about. They have their own confusion. The tools are having some little bit of confusion about which bit it has to take, 32-bit or 64-bit. So the app will be on one bit, the driver will be on different bit. So another connectivity tool is on different bit. Something like we'll be having some trouble with Microsoft tools. So that's why I removed the 64-bit and installed 32-bit for using with Excel, which worked fine. We have seen that how to get the data from Snowflake into Excel. We have seen that one day previously, right? So the next thing is I was about to show you how we can connect with this what do you call the Power BI, so which was not happening. So let me show you now how to connect with Power BI also. That is one small thing. We do it. Then we can continue with this tasks. Okay. So streams and tasks is what we have seen in the previous class. So streams are how to enable the CDC coding, and tasks are how to schedule them. Okay, so that is the thing. So I just go here. So I choose Snowflake. So we need to copy this. Copy this one. Okay, just this portion only. Then I provide the warehouse name. So I select some simple tables because loading bigger tables might take some time. So I select the so because previously I have created this data source, right? So it is not asking me the username and password. Okay, so that is a Power BI has stored the data source earlier, so it is not asking me those things. So just you can do some small kind of thing where so I can take the region, right? So it is taking the region here. You can see that 3 regions are there, and let me count how many employees are there. Okay, so I'm just counting here how many employees are there. So I change this into some other type of visualization. Okay, that is what we do in Power BI. Okay, so a lot of things there. Just this is enough. So where okay, fine. So this is how it works, right? Hope that helps. So yesterday, why we are not able to do, we have not installed that 64-bit, right? So if you go to the data source settings, and I have not created any ODBC also. You see that the ODBC, so two things there. One is 32-bit. Purposefully, I have removed that after using it inside Excel. So if I need to go into Excel, I may not be able to connect with the Excel because I don't have a ODBC data source here, right? Similarly, we can connect with the ETL tool, which is Microsoft. It belongs to Microsoft BI, called as SSIS, Integration Services. So you can load data using this ODBC driver from SSIS. Okay. So I have that demo also here. I'll try to show you. It's not much important, but anyhow, so you can see that the ODBC can work in that manner. Okay. So let it open. So once that is done, we'll come back here. So this is what we have done that day. So let me create that is open. So my system is ready. So I have created one file. Okay, I will explain you again. It take only few minutes time. I have created one table. So the table is called as time row, and we are going to load data into the time row. So this is what the described table is giving. So I have an integer and a timestamp. So local time zone, LPC. So then I insert some records into this. So you can see that the new sequence is a sequential sequence we have created. Okay, so it is used to generate numbers. Then the current timestamp. What is the time today currently? So just insert them. So you see that one row is inserted. So let me check what is the row. So the serial number is 12 because yesterday we have loaded some 11 records already. Okay, yesterday we were loading. So it is starting from this one. I verify. You cannot reset this. So go to the ABC Motors, go to sequences. So we have one sequence. You see the next value will be 13. So if you are taking the next value, it will be 13, right? Current value is 12. Some of them, if you are working on what do you call the Informatica is having a Informatica is having on transformation called sequence generator. So there you have current value and next value. So here you don't have current value. Right? Most tools contains current value. So but Snowflake avoids those confusion of which of them to be used. So we use next value only here. So every time when you are using a different session, it provides the different values all the time. Okay. So that is what. So here we just insert again. Right. So two records have been inserted. So let me insert one more record also. So you can see that this is a data flow. So I think you both of you are more familiar with ETL. So this is a source I am taking and using some divide column for it is equivalent to expression transformation in Informatica. So I create some columns and I'm going to destination. Why this is giving me error is I have removed the ODBC connection. Okay. So the ODBC connection I have removed, so it is not having any ODBC. That's why it is providing a problem. Okay, but it works. It works fine. So if you want, I can show you later on. So what you have to do is you need to create a ODBC connection and choose it here and give the username and password. That's it. So it's going to be connected. So easy it is. Okay. So that, right. So that's about the ETL. So you can connect with the ETL tool. You can connect with BI tools. You connect with the Excel also. Okay. So those are the three external tools we are connecting. Now into this tables. So we are creating a stream. So this is a stream now, right? So I give a name called role check. So let me select. Okay, let me create a stream. So the stream is created. So if I select star, nothing is there. And you can see that metadata $action $is update. So these two are, we are going to use it. So now again I load some record, insert some record. Okay, inserting. So we have 3 rows totally. Now I check. Now I check here again. This is my stream. So the stream contains 1 row now. Okay, stream contains 1 row. My actual table contains 3 rows because I have created the stream after creating 2 rows, right? So this is having only 1 row over there. Now I do some updation. So I change the so updation is done. So let me check whether the updation is done or not. You can see that. So this is having 6:29:46. So that is the latest time it has been given. So I check this stream also. Now you can see the stream contains 3 records. One is for insert, that is the 14. Serial number 14 is insert, new record. Serial number 12 is having 2 records because first it got deleted, right? First it is getting deleted. So once it gets deleted, the delete is done for update process. It is not done for delete process. So we are having is update equal to true. Then insert also is being done. So that insert also done for update process. So we have true. So whenever you are doing an update, you will be inserted 2 records here. One, the old value, and it will be mentioned as delete and true. Another one is the new value. So where we'll be having insert and true, right? So what happens here, you can just keep track of the records which are all getting updated. So the actual data, what you are loading, should be in some other table. So in that table, what you can do is, you don't need to do a update there. The normal update is happening for the table that you can consider as a temporary table. Okay, see that. So there is a table called time row. First we have created. This table is not a permanent table. This table is being used for normal insert and update. But from this stream, what I'm doing, I'm going to copy the historical data into this. That is, it looks like a type 2 dimension where I'm not going to change data on the existing row. I will be inserting a new row whenever a change happens. So that is what a type 2 is about. So for type 2, again, I will not be inserting data for any changes which is happening in the table. So I will be interested on some of the columns. So normally we call them as historical attributes. So only when a change is happening on historical attribute, I will be doing a insert. So if the change is happening on a non-historical attribute, or otherwise it is called as changing attribute. So we don't do insert. Okay, so that is a simple concept about this SCD, type 2 dimension. Okay, so what I do here is I so for example, if I am deleting some of this record, so I just insert one more record, then I delete one record. So I'll check now the stream I'm checking. So then a stream is having two deletes, but one is for the delete, actual delete, another one is for the update. Hope you understand. That's it, right? So this is how stream is working. So what we are going to do here is, so we get the time, and you can see that I am creating a task based on this warehouse for a schedule of 1 minute. When the role check is having data, this will work, right? So when this is true, it will work. Otherwise, it won't work. So when it is true, it will be inserting into a what you call a table called the new time. So this is new time is what our actual table, it's a dimension. Okay. So this one role check is a staging. Maybe I have given some names like that. So now here I create a new table. Right. I have created a new table, and I have given select statement which is not having any records. We have created just now. So now what I do is I create a new task called task road. I'm creating a new task. Okay. Road is existing. We have created create or replace will work. Okay. This is what our problem. So use role. So let me select the account admin role, and I create the task role. Okay. So let me check whether this stream is having data or not. So this system variable will give you whether this stream is having data or not. That means that some changes has happened. The CDC is recorded some data. Okay, that is what the meaning behind it. Similarly, we have the timestamp of this role check. So it will give you the timestamp, that is on ID will be given there. So what version of data we have. So once we have changed this, so let us check that. So copy it. Just copy. Just for our reference, I'm copying it, so you can check that whether it is working or not. Okay. So now what I do here is this task role. I need to resume. Whenever you are using a schedule on minute, you need to resume it. Now it is done. So now I describe the task role. So you can see that it is started. So it should start working now. So we can see that whether this is working or not. So we'll see. Go for the select start from new time. So initially, if you, I have created now again. Initially, if you see that, you see it is suspended. Okay. Uh, so I just resume it. So once it is resumed, you can see that it is started. Then you have a task history. We will come to that next one. So just anyhow, I will show you. This is the task history. So task history is one of the view available in so I'm just providing without where condition. Okay. So you can see that this is our latest one. Let me show you. This is the text we have given. What is the text to be the new time select? It is scheduled. The scheduled time is 6:39. So this is how it should happen. Okay. Task role. So these are all previous one. So this is what the new one. So this is what it's going to be completed. It is scheduled now, right? It has not been executed, right? Okay, stream is not having data. Let's see why. So let me update some value. So I'm just updating a value. So let me see the role check. Okay, so now the role check is having two records because I removed them earlier. Now you can see that the stream will have data, right? It is giving me true. So I'm not inserting into new time. So let me check whether the new time is having data or not. You can see that the new time is having data because insert is the action, the update is true, then only I am doing. So this is a row which I have updated now. Okay, you can see that this is the row I have updated. Okay, this one. So let me check again. You can see that this is what I'm going to update it, and this is where I'm inserting new record. So you have to write your query based on this. So I'm just showing you how the task is working. Actually, what we have to do is we need to write a proper procedure where how to handle with this update values and how to handle with the inserted values. So you know that we can provide a start time and end time. So when this record is valid from, what is the valid time for this record? So that that also you can create it and you can update those values into the actual dimension. Okay. So here I'm not doing all these stuff. So those stuffs has been given in the documentation. You can verify that later on. That's a little long procedure. So it will show you how to get those data and how it will be loaded into a actual simple thing. That means that you create a stream and you create a task for that particular stream. So whenever data is actually loaded into the stream, the task will run a command whichever you are giving. So if you want to run multiple set of queries, instead of a single command, you will be calling a procedure, store procedure. So inside a store procedure, you know that it's a regular store procedure. So you will be creating multiple queries over there. So what we will do is we will take the insert updated values and we are loading it as insert. We are inserting records updated, and you need to set the end time and start time and end time over there. Okay, that one part only I am using. Other than that, this is the same one. So insertion will be done as inserts. Updates will be also done as inserts, except the start time end time will be changing for the record. Okay, so that goes. So Subbu, yesterday you were asking some kind of thing. Is that fine?
Yes, Murali.
I'll update one more record. I'll insert one more record. So if I am select star from time roll, okay, I have 4 rows here. Similarly, select star from roll check. I don't have any records here because those are all loaded into the this one, new time. See, I have 3 records now. Once the records are loaded from the stream, once it is been consumed, the values are consumed, right? So the system will purge this stream. Stream will automatically get purged. So you will not be having values over there. Again, the new values will be loaded whenever. So that will be there until it is being used. So once it is used, once you are getting data from the stream, automatically the stream will get purged. Okay. But you can see that it will be false now. Similarly, if I insert record into time roll, so time roll is having now 5 rows. The roll check will have mm, 6 rows are there. The row check will have 1 row, right? But we are not going to load because your metadata is update should be true. So this row should not be loaded. Okay. This row is serial number 18. That should not be loaded for us to the you can see that. So we have only 3 rows and 18 is not there. Okay. But still we have this. So how to find out? That is what this task history is being useful. So you can see that the task history it is scheduled, but it is not executing. Okay. So once it get executed also, so we will not be having the data over there. Okay. Right. Just waiting. Now what I do is I will do a update on 15, for example. So one row is updated. If you select the row check, so the updated value is available there. update. Similarly, I go to check. Let's start new time. Now it has 4 rows. 15 is taken immediately. You can see that because I have given 1 minute time. 15 has been taken and 18 has omitted because that is an insert. I am recording only the updated rows. I hope you understand that. That is the way it works. So this is the one here. You see that this is which is given in the what you call the documentation. Okay, so that also I have given you here. I have created it separately, so it may be useful for you to verify how that is working with the documentation. So they have given more information. So I have created it simply with just 2 columns. So that and I have created these 2 columns are automatically created. So one is a sequence and another one is a current timestamp. That also you will be learning it from here. Okay, so that is how this works. Now, what about this history? So what is history here? Let me just show you what all the things we have. Okay. So just a little bit of theory, we will see that, then we will move on. So there is one schema called as information schema, which is built inside every database. Okay. It contains several views which are readily created and some table functions also. Okay. Let me show you them. What are the views and tables there? Table functions there. This displays, all of them are displaying the metadata about the database and the metadata about non-database account level objects. That means that you may have objects which are not available inside database. That is, you can have a database itself. You may have the privileges, right? Whichever you are storing there. So something like that. Account level, in which account level you are working with. Similarly, you can get the account level usage as well as the historical information of the user logging queries which are all executing and about the storage. So everything else you can get it done. Okay, these are all account level objects. And this will be working according to your current roles privileges. So you should have a privilege for accessing information schema. If you are a separate user, now currently we are working as a super admin kind of a user. That means you have a account admin role, you have system admin, security admin. So every admin is available for your user now. So you may not be able to see the difference of that, but you need to choose the role at some point of time. Even if you see the previous task, if I am performing, I need to be in the account admin role. Otherwise, it won't work. Okay, so that is how it needs your current role privileges should be available for the information schema. And the show command also will provide you similar kind of results. But we have some small difference between the show command and getting data from the information schema. Okay, I'll show you about what differences we have. So whenever we are querying, we need to give a fully qualified name. That is a database name dot schema name dot the view or table function. So that has to be provided. Otherwise, it won't work. Okay, information schema is available on every database. So what are the views and functions available here? Some of these views you can get the results using show command also. But what is the advantage of show command is show command doesn't use your warehouse. That means your warehouse will not be credited. Okay, when you are using a show command, your warehouse credit is not being used. So you can use multiple times of show command whenever you require. But whenever you access any data, this is a query actually. Whenever you access a data between in a schema, in a view, we need a warehouse, right? So that is one main difference here. Then why we use this information schema? Because show command will not give you, will not charge for your warehouse usage. Why we need to use that is, so we have some more information can be get from this information schema than a normal show command. Okay, so your pattern matching when you are doing a var class, any other matching whenever you are doing inside your query, that should be case sensitive here. That is a case sensitive one, where it was not case sensitive in show command. So here it is. Then the queries require filter predicate. That means that you need to provide some filtering here, filter based on a database only, filter based on this particular user or this particular activity, like that you need to provide. So it can be filtered and it will give you a few set of records only. If the record number is huge, the output record numbers are very huge, means information schema doesn't provide any output. So it will simply say that information schema is not giving any output, something like that. So we need to provide a proper filter predicate, so where it can get only a required set of records. Okay. So we have functions, table functions are there. These table functions can work with all kind of history operations. So whether the user is logging, what time he is logging on, the activities of login, you can take it, and which of these warehouses are used for what type of loads, and how much credit is been happening on each warehouse, the warehouse metering, and what type of queries are executing. So what which query is taking how much time, and when it is being started, something like that. So about the query execution, about the copy operations. So these are all, we call them as login history, warehouse load history, warehouse metering history, query history, copy history, right? So something like that. We have different history functions there. Okay, so most functions you require just monitor usage privileges enough. So if you have the privilege of monitor usage, you need to grant it for a particular role, and the role should be assigned for a user. So those users can make use of this information schema functions. Some of them need account admin role. Okay, so it will be giving you a message like you need an account admin role, or privilege is not enough. So when you are running those functions, so one of them is a query history table function. Okay, so I have taken this as a sample because most of the time we want to know about the query history here. So it will return queries with a specified time range. That is what a query history is giving. So I want to know which are all the queries executed for the last 5 minutes or last 1 hour, something like that, or within a particular date, right, previously. So you can just see that. But it is limited. You can see only up to 7 days of query activity, right? So the query history by session will return within a specified session and a time range. So time range is available all the time. So what session you are using, if you want to include that also, so that can be done using this query history by session table function. So it will provide you an option of giving a session name. So what is the session? I'm sorry, session ID. So which session you want to work with? Okay. So what is the session? You need to know that what is the session. Session is whenever you are starting activity. So a query activity or operation inside Snowflake objects. So that is what a session is about. So in UI, in our web UI, so whenever you create a new worksheet, a session is being started. And once you finish all operations and if you close that worksheet, so the session will be ended. Okay, fine. Then history by user. So you can submit by a specific user, and history by warehouse. So queries which are all executed using a particular warehouse. Okay, so that is what a query by history by warehouse also. So each function is optimized for querying along the specified dimension. So these are the dimensions we have: session by, user wise, or warehouse wise. You can take it, and this can be further filtered by using the predicates. That means that you can take specified by this user within a specified time range and executed on this particular database or in that particular schema. Like that also you can give some filtering apart from that. Okay, that is what the query history is about. Similarly, we have one more database called a Snowflake, a system defined database. It is a read only again. So that will be used only by account admin. Or you need to have a user which is equivalent to an account admin privilege. So those people can only be able to use this one. So it is automatically imported in each account from a shared named account usage. So account usage is a kind of schema available inside Snowflake database. Information schema in other and you can see that information schema is available on every database. Even information schema is available inside the Snowflake database also, but which is not used that. Okay, it is not useful. So because of the rules we have in Snowflake, every database should contain a information schema. So what is account usage? Account usage is a read-only where it will use to store all kind of object metadata and what all the usage metrics for each of this account. The whole account will be there. Similarly, you have one more schema also called as reader account usage, which contains all reader account information. You know what is a reader account? Reader account is the one which we used to share with users who are not having a Snowflake account, right? For that, we create a reader account which has been charged for us with our account only. Okay, the charges will be we have to incur the charges for this reader account. Okay, for that also we have a separate schema inside the Snowflake database. Okay, so that is what the account is about. So this we will see that later on. Tomorrow we will be seeing what are the credits used and all. Okay. So let me show you how this frame. Okay, so that is what I am showing you here. History, information schema dot load history. You can see that schema dot load history. Okay. So this is what information schema dot load history. That is the view we have. So if I put select star from, I am putting only for public schema, only for the table employees. The last load time equal to some date I have given. So it is getting me some information about. So we will see that. See, I have given last load time. Last load time is what you call a timestamp. Okay, so let me show you. So I have load history. You see, last load time is a timestamp. So when you want to convert any of this data type, simply we can use a double colon and the data type. So that will be converted to that particular data, okay, if it is feasible for that one. Okay, so that is how it works. You can use a convert command also, convert function also. You can use a convert function, so where it can convert data types. But it is also a simple way, so we can use it. So both of them, I am converting into a similar data type. Then only you are able to compare it, right? Both are similar data types. Then only you will be able to compare. So that is how I have created. So I'll just go over this. So you see that I have loaded data on 22nd of March. That's why it is coming. So other dates I have not loaded. So if I select other date, actually, you see that today's date, previous date I'm selecting some of the others. Right? So we are not having. So what is loading? Loading is the one which is used for copying purpose. Okay. It is used to copy data from your stages. So that is what load history is about. The load history contains that only. So if you go here, you select the load history without any conditions, right? So we have done the loading only from this S3 stage. These are the files we have loaded from. So you can see that the actual file names are there, eastregion.csv. So the table name what we have loaded is this one. And the rows are processed. Any errors if happens or not. Okay, so that is how the load history is about. So far we have loaded only this. So whichever you have loaded on any particular day, or everything whatever you have loaded will be available from this load history. So then I have the copy history available here. So for example, if I go for a copy history, so copy history will give you can see that. So whichever from these stages, so what are all copied here, and in which time we have copied. So you can see that on I have done the copying on 10th also, 19th also. Okay, so you see that you have a copying is being done using pipe. So you can see that the pipe name is given here for these three records, because that is loaded. We have loaded it using the pipe. Automatically it is loading. Ingestion happens. Here these three we have loaded manually. So I have created a copy command and I have loaded it, right? So the copy history will give you loaded data loaded from pipe also. Okay, that is the difference between copy and load. So you can see that in the load history, you are not able to see this pipe catalog name and the ID and all. It's not available. So we are able to see only the whichever we have used the copy command, right, explicitly. So that is what the load history is about. Copy history will bring you the data for pipe also. So that is the two different difference between these two functions. Okay. Similarly, task history, we have seen that what is the task history is about. What are all the tasks we have created so far? So previously we have created one task and it was not working. It failed multiple times. You can see that we have what is the error message? Conditional expression for task evaluated to false. So that's why it is not giving up. So it is been skipped. That's why the error code. So these are the errors we have. Okay. Then you see that it is getting succeeded. Some of them. Okay. So when it is insert into, okay, so if this command is being executed successfully, we get succeeded. Okay, these are all the non-failure. Okay, succeeded and skipped. Skipped means the condition is not met, so it is being skipped, so execution doesn't happen. So both of them are coming. So if I give it to equal to, so it is going to provide you which are all failed. So this happened one day before. Okay, you can see that these are all happening on okay, see that the execute task privilege is not available. Okay, that is so today also I did that mistake. The execute privilege was not happening, so it is giving me that error here. Okay, so every time when a task is being executed, so we are not having that privilege, so it is giving you an error. That is what failing. Okay, that is what the task time. So once the task time is the name of this task. Okay, so whichever succeeded, if I am going, so the succeeded will be in a different name. That is the new name what we have created here. Okay, so you can see that this is the task role. Task time is an old one. Okay, task role is the new one. So we can, if we want to, we can just remove the task time. Task time is a old one which I have created. I hope you understand that. That's why it's giving me failure. Yesterday I was showing you that. So this is how you check what are being loaded and what is being copied and what tasks are executing earlier. Similarly, this one also a very useful one. You can select star from table information schema, query history. So what is a query history? It will show you about what are the queries executed so far. And it will show you up to 100 rows. So which of these queries are executed recently. So that's what you are going to see here. So you can see that this is the query we are executing now currently. That is also been taken. See, this is giving you total time elapsed is coming up like this because this is what currently executed. And there is no end time also. End time will be 1970 will be there if you are having a current value. It is still running. That's why it is giving you. And how many bytes scanned, what is the total time elapsed, how many rows are produced, so what is the time taken for compilation, what is the time taken for execution. Like that you will be having separate time values available in milliseconds. It is available there. Okay, and similarly which user has been executed and in which warehouse it has been executed. So those values are also you will be getting it from here. Okay, right. So whenever you have a where condition, so that you can see that what is the whole view of the query. Okay, what is the exact query value. Similarly, you have query ID also. So based on query ID, you can fetch the query ID from here and you can query it inside some other history files also. Okay, so that is also possible. So many usages here on this query history. So you can find out how much time it is taking for that each query, right? So you see that I am creating what is the total credits used for the cloud services. 3 so Snowflake contains three stages, right? So they contain three layers actually. So one is storage, and another one is the compute. Storage and compute are available from the cloud services and the public cloud service. That means your AWS or Azure or Google. Okay, these two are available there. But the actual cloud services here, these are all called as cloud services inside Snowflake. Okay, three layers are there. I hope you remember it. I'll just show you for that one. You can see that. Okay, I have in because these concepts are very important here for us. You know this. This is the one. You can see that three layers are there. One is services. So these services are available inside Snowflake. Services are nothing but some apps which are executed in Snowflake whenever you are demanding for some kind of action. Okay. So some of them are, you see that optimization, management, transaction, security. These are all the services. Below that, you are having the warehouse, and finally you will be having the storage. So these are the three layers we have. So that is what we are defining here also. Okay. So how much credit is being taken for the cloud services? You see that a very small amount of credit only we have taken, right? Similarly, we can take a date range. We can start with the date range. So the previous hour, what is the usage of your before the previous hour? What is the usage of the warehouse? So that you can provide it here. So we have only one warehouse, so it is giving you. So what is the start time, end time, the warehouse name, and what is the average running time? So I can just select it here. You see that the average running time 0.54 seconds. It's available. You can see that here. So that much of time only it is taking. That is the maximum time taken by a warehouse, because we are executing only very few rows, right, which is available over here. And the average queued load. So this is one very important column. When you want to find out whether your warehouse is loading data without any issues, that is seamlessly it is loading, or some data is being queued there, some queries are queued and then it is executing one by one. So you can check that. If this value is alarmingly higher, you can try increasing the clusters of a warehouse. Okay, so we will be doing it on the query planning and performance tuning. That time I will show you. So this column will be useful for deciding whether you want multiple clusters or not in a warehouse. Okay, so that is one thing. Another one, right? So the next thing is about so the same query history. So I have created one kind of this thing. So I am grouping it by the username and query type. So what username, each of these usernames. So we have only one username, so all of them are available. And what type of query we are executing for that also you can get it. So you have multiple way of creating these queries from your list. Okay, we have multiple way of creating them. So I just provide it here. So you can see that how much cloud credit for each of the query type. Okay, so unknown is the one where I am executing currently, right? It is not completed. Once it completed, then only the history will have. So it is until then it will be treated as unknown. System also is doing some insertion. So you can select this query ID, and you can check that what the system is being created. So the system might be doing some background operations. It can do some update. It can load data into the some other metadata files. So that time it can use the system can use insert or any other query type on its own. Okay, that is one thing. Rest of them you see that I am only using it. So use commands, alter command, delete, create string. So what type of query I'm doing it. So for all type of queries separately, how much cloud credit is being used. So that is also being given here. Okay, so you can have a very detailed report about this. Right. Similarly, I have given some other type of query also. So I want to see that what is the query text and how much time it has taken, right? How much time it has taken. So I'm creating a milliseconds. MS stands for milliseconds here, and I'm taking the date difference between start time and end time. So I can show that which of these queries are executed and which of them has taken a long time. Okay, so you see that I am taking how much time it has been taken. So each of them. So which query executed for a long time? I can just select it and do it. Okay. So I am showing all the queries here. You need to provide further filtering for getting queries for a particular user or particular session or something. Similarly, warehouse load. So what is the warehouse load history? So each of this warehouse, how much running time you have. So that is what we have done earlier also. Okay. This is what a warehouse load history will give you information about each warehouse and what is the load time taken. Then I am combining the query history, combine the query history and the load history. So in the load history, what is the average running if it is more than 0? Instead of 0, so we are having very less number of rows. So very in a few milliseconds the data is being loaded or the query is getting executed. Actually it will be different, right? So you can provide an average running of something higher than this, and you can run this one and select the information history based on these values. Okay, so I can select this information history based on this value. Okay, so which of these queries are executed? I'm taking the date from where the select statements. Okay, I have given a query type select particularly on this particular database, and the average running should be greater than 0. That is what I am doing here. So you have multiple options. So what I'm telling here is we have these history files, that is the metadata have been loaded, and you can use multiple options of getting the information what you require from here. Okay, these are all readily available, and they have a very good way of documentation also they have given, so that similarly you have the warehouse metering history. So that is another one we have. So for cloud services only, what is the credit for compute development? That is one warehouse we have, only one warehouse we have. For that, what is the both of them they have given. So you have this information schema, and what do you call this account usage. So both of them are very useful when you are looking for the credit information or the query execution information. Ask any of this object. So whatever is being executed, loading, about the loading, so that you can see it from here. Okay. Similarly, you have options here also. So when you go for history, so inside history also you have this information available. So inside history also, so it will give you a up to 100 rows, I hope so. So it is giving you that kind of thing, and it can give you what is the total duration and how many bytes scanned, how many rows are there, like that. So it is giving you those information also available, and how many clusters has been used. So this is our multi-cluster warehouse. Okay, so when you see the warehouse is having multiple clusters inside. So you can just check that. You see clusters. So one active, minimum one, maximum one I have given. So if you want to change this, okay, so you can go to configure, right? So you can change the maximum cluster to something else and minimum cluster to something else. So what do you mean by that minimum and maximum clusters? This is called as scale out, right? That means you are using multiple clusters. That is multiple, you can imagine as multiple servers, separate servers, right? When you are changing the size, what happens here? The same server only, you are changing the configuration. You imagine like that. It is not actually that one, but that is the way it works actually. One single server, one core, it is increasing your what do you call the CPU capacity, and increasing the RAM capacity, and increasing caching capacity. So these three are available in a warehouse. So that is what these sizes are about, increasing your capacity. When you select multiple clusters, means multi-cluster warehouses means it is used for concurrent workload. That means parallel processing. So when you have multiple users accessing at the same time, so how I can execute. So that is what the clusters are about. When you have few users, but they are running complex queries, the queries are taking more time. So that time you can increase the size, right? When multiple users are accessing, we need parallel processing, means we increase the clusters. Okay, so that is what configuring warehouse is about. Okay, that I will show you again tomorrow or sometime when we are talking about the performance, how to improve performance, right? So that's it. So what we have seen today is about how we connect with the Power BI. It's a simple solution. Yesterday we missed it, so we have done that, and how we are working with the streams and tasks. Okay, then about how we are dealing with this account usage and okay. So you need a just I check that here one thing, I'll complete it. So we need a account admin role. So once you are into the account admin role, you will be able to see this. So in that you are able to get the information about all the objects metadata. And similarly, you are able to see Snowflake. You see that the Snowflake database is visible only now. So you can see the account usage. So this is what I am talking about. So these are the history, copy history, load history, login history, pipe usage history, query history, right? So all of these views can be used inside. Okay, you can get information from there. So what is the difference between account usage and information schema? Both of them look similar, right? Account usage will have more information. That means it will load, it will have all historical data. Information schema is very less. It can have only 7 days or 14 days, depending upon what type it is. Okay, it has a limited amount of data, limited amount of information. Okay, it is bound to some time. So, but account usage is not having everything from the beginning of your account this will be having it. You cannot reset it. So it will be available all the time. You cannot reset it. Okay. So that's how it goes. So just to take a look on this historical tables, it will be very much useful for you. So here you see that I am using account usage, Snowflake dot account usage. Like that. So same thing you can get it from warehouse also. So you see that I'm using both information schema, warehouse load history. I'm getting some data, and I am just giving us the input for account usage. Start time equal to this,